Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL and NFL referees just ruined one of the greatest Super Bowls we have ever seen. The NFL referees just ruined one of the greatest Super Bowls we've ever seen. Now, you can talk about the game all you want. You can talk about the Eagles giving up what they gave up in the second half. You can talk about the defense giving up what they gave up in the second half. You could talk about the offense becoming stagnant or the play calling becoming too conservative as they've done kind of the whole season. Be hot the first half, second half come out and play it too cute, too nice, too many screens, too many sweeps, too many whatever. And there's people on Twitter being maniacs, acting like this was the worst performance of all time because we gave up 35 points to the Kansas City Chiefs. It is the Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, the MVP, a two-time Super Bowl MVP, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Yeah, we gave up 35 points. It was a shootout. It was a dogfight. It was a knockdown, drag out, good old-fashioned fight to the death. It's 3rd and 8. The Chiefs have the ball in field goal range, under 2 minutes. Eagles have 2 timeouts. We need a big stop. We get the big stop. 4th and 8. They're going to kick a field goal. We got time. The Eagles have time to attempt a game-winning drive. And a referee throws a flag. On 3rd and 8, under 2 minutes, a 35-35 Super Bowl game. A referee throws a flag and ends the game. And when you see the replay, I'm going to be honest with you, ticky-tack call. And you can say it was the right call. You can say technically it's this, technically it's that. A very, very, very soft call to end a phenomenal Super Bowl game. That is embarrassing for the NFL. Because like I said, the Eagles were going to have a chance to drive down and have an attempt at a game-winning drive. And, were they going to do that? I don't know. But don't you think the NFL would want the game to end by the teams deciding who's better? The fact that the referee made that call, and I mean, they called holding and a tiny grab of the jersey and a hand on the hip. You could call that. You could make that call every fucking play of every NFL game in the history of the damn sport. I compare it to this. Game 7, NBA Finals, 10 seconds left, 105-105. Michael Jordan has the ball. He knows he has to put the ball in a hoop. The referees are not going to call a foul to end an NBA season unless it's egregious. NFL referees should not make a holding call to end an NFL season unless it is clear as day. Unless it is clear as the blue sky the good Lord put on this universe. You cannot make a questionable holding call to end one of the best Super Bowls we've ever seen. And the fact that that referee called that tells me they were looking to throw a flag. The fact that the official threw that flag on that ticky-tack little hand on the hip tells me they were looking for something to throw a flag on, when they should have been doing everything they possibly could do to let the game be decided by the teams on the field. The NFL should not want its officials deciding a Super Bowl game. Shut up! But they did. But they did. But they did. Why are you so itchy? But they did. They decided the game by throwing a flag. And the Eagles lose. And I am so impressed with what Jalen Hurts did this offseason to do what he did this season. The way that he became an elite pocket passer was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's 23 years old. He took us to the Super Bowl. Howie Roseman's the best damn GM that's ever lived. We're going to be great for a long, long time. So I'm not upset about the season. Very happy about the season. I'm happy how it ended up with us getting to the Super Bowl. And there's a lot to look forward to. And we were one of two of the last standing teams. Which, by the way, if your team wasn't in the Super Bowl, I don't want to hear your goddamn opinion. If you're a Cowboys fan, keep your mouth shut. If you're a 49ers fan, keep your mouth shut. The only people that can have this conversation are people whose favorite team was in the Super Bowl. I only want to hear from Chiefs fans and Eagles fans. I don't want to hear shit from anyone else. If you're a Giants fan, you should be on to watching Knicks games. You shouldn't be talking about this. Your opinion doesn't count. Eagles had a great season. The fact that they even got to the Super Bowl was incredible. But, this was one of the best teams really ever. One of the greatest defensive lines we'll ever see in the history of the entire game. I'm talking 85 Bears, 89 Bears, 2004 Eagles, to 2023 Eagles. And they went down to the wire with Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And instead of the game playing out by who was the best team, the game was ended on a penalty. A very questionable penalty call. And that is embarrassing for the NFL. All the money, all the time spent, people flying, people spending $17,000 when it comes to hotels, flights, tickets, everything else. The cheapest NFL Super Bowl weekend was around $17,000. The halftime show, the Chris Stapleton singing the national anthem, everything that went into that game. It all comes down to the end, 35-35, and it ends on a penalty. The NFL should be embarrassed. They really, really should be embarrassed. And for an official to even pull the flag out of his belt and end the Super Bowl. I mean, you got to think, the official has to be sitting back there saying it's 3rd and 8. If they don't get this, the Eagles have a chance to drive. And if I throw a penalty flag here, they're going to get a first down and win the game. So I need to see something that's the most obvious penalty that's ever happened for me to throw a flag right here. A pinch of the jersey and a little hand on the hip to end the Super Bowl? Pathetic. Pathetic, NFL. Pathetic. I'm not mad the Eagles lost. I'm not mad at the Chiefs. Congratulations. That's a great team, obviously. And with Patrick Mahomes, it's they're always going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And with Andy Reid building the roster, they're always going to have a chance to win a Super Bowl. And hopefully this Mahomes and Hurts thing is a rivalry or continues. Hopefully they meet up again several times in their careers. I'm disappointed with the fact that we didn't get to really see the end of that game because a referee threw a flag. That's where I'm at with it, man. Season's over. It was a good run, man. It was an amazing season. What in the entire fuck are you doing? Y'all have a good night, man.